Hey there, slot car fans, it's Bob at the Electric Avenue, and I'm here to announce the Electric Avenue 2023 Fall Rally. You know, I've been doing these videos for about a year. We're getting close to 200 subscribers, so I thought, what better could we do but have a contest with a giveaway? So, what we're going to be giving away will be this Trans Am AJ Foyt 1967 Mercury Cougar. So that'll be the prize. So how do you win the prize? That's where the fun's gonna come in. What we're gonna do is I have 10 Thunderjet cars, and that's gonna be the field for the rally. So what we're gonna do is each car will do 5 laps. If you want to participate in the contest, you can pick which car is going to be the winner, and to be the tiebreaker will be the lap time. So each car will get 5 laps. We have our trusty Carrera lap timer, and I've hooked it up with my other camera so you can actually see the results on the screen. So what I want you to do is in the comments section, put which car you think would be the winner and the lap time. Now the lap times, I've been doing some practice. I've been running this little baby, no magnets in any of them. They're all Thunderjets. 21 to 22 seconds per lap. On the road course, I took out crisscross tracks that just be down here, so I essentially doubled the laps. So we'll start at the timer, come around, go through the timer, it won't get a time, come around again, so there'll be outside lane and inside lane. So the rules again for the Electric Avenue Rally Contest are there's 10 cars in the rally field. Each car will do 5 laps and record its fastest lap. If you'd like to enter, in the comments section, place who you think will win and what their fastest lap will be. And this timer goes to the nearest 100th. And in practice laps, we've been doing somewhere between 21 and 22 seconds per lap. So you could put 20.15 or 21.15 would be the winning lap. The tiebreaker will of course be the lap time if 2 people pick the same car. The second tiebreaker is just a random names out of a hat. If nobody picks the winner, we'll just draw names out of a hat. And this is only open to residents of the US of A and Canada. If you're across the pond, I'm sorry, the shipping is just crazy stupid. So we're just limiting it to North America, US of A, Canada, unless your name is Robert Fish. Then you have to get your passport and drive to Milwaukee and pick it up in person. Just kidding, Robert. I'll send it to you if you win. So, after that, we'll give you till November 1st to put your picks in the comments section, and then we'll start the races. Car. So, how about a close-up of the cars? Alright. Well, let's do this. First car that's in it will be the number 1 Chevy Chaparral Camaro. Now these are all, well I shouldn't say all, mostly Trans Am cars. Jim Hall, he was the guy that built all the Chaparrals. It just kicked butt for a number of years in the sports car world. And with the Trans Am series, they built the Chaparral Camaros. They dominated during the 60s, and then Jim Hall ran the Indy cars of Al Unser Sr. and Johnny Rutherford, and he won a couple Indy 500s with his team. So that's the first car, number 1, Jim Hall. The second car is going to be the number 6, which is the Penske Sunoco Camaro, which was piloted by Mark Donohue, who in 1968 won 10 of the 13 Trans Am races. He also was a winner of the 24 Hours of Daytona. He raced NASCAR and Indy. He did Pocono and Indy 500. He won those in Indy cars. And he won the NASCAR Western 500 at Riverside. And his nickname was Captain Nice. So that's number 6, Mark Donohue. The next car is number 10. Now, I couldn't find a number 10 in Trans Am. I looked through on the internet, so I'm going to give this car to be piloted by Jerry Titus. Now, he was a racer. He won the Drivers' Championship in 1967, but then he was in a Ford Mustang. He switched to a Camaro powered, but he reskinned it to look like a Firebird. So he didn't have as much luck with the Camaro as he did with the Mustang. But unfortunately, Jerry lost his life at Road America in 1970 after a steering gear failure caused him to crash into what was the Billy Mitchell Bridge at that time in turn number 13 at Road America. Finally, the bridge was removed in the early 2000s after many complaints from the drivers. Great, our next car will be the number 14. Of course, that is always A.J. Foyt. Now, A.J. Foyt drove the Mustangs with Dan Gurney. And I couldn't find a picture of him driving this Cougar, but they must have got it somewhere for them to make the model of it. Now, AJ, 4-time IndyCar champ, Daytona 500 champ, 24 Hours of Daytona, 24 Hours of Le Mans, 12 Hours of Sebring. You know, that guy won everything. So maybe he'll win this too. The next car is number 15, which is Parnelli Jones. And then this is a nice Mustang that he ran. He won 5 of 11 races on his way to the championship. He's already won the Indy 500 in 1963. And as a side note, he won the 1965 Rex Mays Classic, which is at the Milwaukee Mile right here in my hometown. Next car is going to be number 28, and this is going to be like a NASCAR import to the Trans Am series. So we're going to just slide that in there. I had some records of the Ford Fairlanes running in Trans Am, but this is Fred Lorenzen. So we're going to put him in our field and see how he can do against the Trans Am guys. Now we got the old Mopars. Plymouth Barracuda. Nice looking car. Let's see, this was Sweet Savage. He won a Trans Am race and had problems in 1970, and partially the blame was Chrysler pulled their sponsorship, all their support from his team. Swede went on to win an IndyCar race in Phoenix in 1970, and he competed in the Indy 500 a couple of times, but unfortunately he had that ugly accident in 1973, and he succumbed to his injuries like a month after the race. But today, Sweet Savage could be running the rally. Next one is number 77, Dodge Challenger, another Mopar. This one was piloted by Sam Posey. Now he's a race car driver and he turned into a broadcaster. He raced Trans Am, Indy cars, F1 cars, 24 Hours Le Mans, and he won the 1975 12 Hours of Sebring. Next car is the number 98, which is a Mercury Cougar, and that was piloted by Dan Gurney, American race car driver, constructor, and team owner who won races in Formula One, IndyCar, NASCAR, Can-Am, Trans Am. Gurney is the first of 3 drivers to have won races in sports cars, Formula One, NASCAR, and Indy cars, and the only other person to do that was Mario Andretti and Juan Pablo Montoya. In 1967, after winning the 24 Hours Le Mans with A.J. Foyt, Gurney sprayed champagne while celebrating, and that's how the tradition started, to spray the champagne in the winner's circle. So the last car we have to round out the field is not a Trans Am car at all, but it's a pit kit that I built and painted, and this one's going to be piloted by the Stig. Now if you're a Top Gear fan, you'll know who the Stig is. I love those shows with Richard Hammond, James May, and Jeremy Clarkson. The races will start on November 1st, and then I will post them as each car does its 5 laps. And I expect the contest to end probably before Thanksgiving. So get your picks in, and we'll see you at the track.
Call it that a week ago. I never do what I'm supposed to do. Hardly